No.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talkin Balls, brought to you by myself, Neil Adams, and joined as always is my lovely bearded hosts, Rob Newman.
Talking, guys.
And of course, Marc McFadden.
Yeah, what's the crack, guys?
And joining us this week is the one and only Phoebe Schecter. How are you, Phoebe?
I'm great, thank you. It's great to see you. I'd say Rob and Marc, you're definitely looking more and more alike with the beard.
Yeah.
We try our best.
Well, we're related as well, so that might be a little bit to it.
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that, Marc.
So how you been, Phoebe? Busy?
Terrific. Busy in a really good way, though. I mean, I can't complain when every day of my life involves some form of football. So, but this off season, man, doesn't feel much like an off season at all. It's been nonstop. But now I'm really excited for the NFL season.
Yes, that's it. To know you're going to be on Sky this year.
Yeah, you guys are actually stuck with me for the next couple of years. So,
Oh, happy days!
I
That
know.
You
I'm
say that like
excited.
it's a bad thing. We're looking forward to it.
Well, you got no choice, so there you go.
That's it. You'll get constant updates of us going. That's our mate, baby.
Exactly. Cheeky shout outs, talking about
That's it.
podcasts.
Yeah, love it.
If you could do one of those in Sky, we'll be more than happy.
Could you imagine? Now you're fired immediately.
Actually,
That'll be a full-time member of you guys if that happens.
Yeah,
brilliant.
perfect.
We're happy enough. Shout us out then.
There's a spot coming up. We're getting rid of Rob.
Yeah, we're getting rid of Rob. Yeah, if you want
That makes me
his job.
stress. You can all drive yourself then Limerick and something. Or some Friday, sorry.
I know, right?
So yes, going from Limerick. Yes, you'll be over here in Limerick playing for Team GB.
Yes, I am actually leaving very soon I think my ferry's at 2:30 or 2:40 in the morning. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. It's my first time taking a ferry to Ireland, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep. How long is the ferry?
Oh, I get in at
4
about
hours, isn't it?
5:30, I think.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Where you getting the ferry from?
From Holyhead to Dublin, and then drive down to Limerick.
Fair enough.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're driving down on Friday.
Are you?
So we are. Yes.
What time are you
Because
guys heading down?
what is it? Sorry.
What time are you guys heading over there?
On Friday we're heading about 11, aren't we?
Thanks.
Yeah,
so
give or
much.
take. Yeah.
Our drive's longer than your ferry,
Yeah.
Is it?
which is so
4.5
strange,
hours,
but yeah.
5 hours to get down from where we are.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
really long time. I didn't even realize that. So you're going to spend the whole weekend then?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
we have to because we're
Friday
part.
onwards, yeah.
We offered to help the AFI
Excellent.
so we'll be holding your flags, or Rob might be refereeing one of your games. So you never
Oh.
know.
You didn't tell me that. Oh, no.
You're a flag ref, Rob. So
I know,
that's
I
why
know.
you'll be reffing, whereas me and Marc will just stand with chains, you know, at the sideline.
You're all working. That's what matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all working. We're all working, making sure everything's all clean and tidy.
Yes. Perfect.
So you're representing Team GB at this week's European Flag Championship. How you feeling about that?
You know, I'm really looking forward to it. This is the largest amount of teams we've had at a European Championship ever. We've also got teams being represented from Africa. I think it's Cameroon's coming over, just to really start giving them that experience and
Yeah.
seeing what the level is of competition. But I mean, our group is really competitive. It's our women's, especially. Our first game is against France, who are a top team. In the other group, you've also got Spain, who I'm imagining will probably be up there with number one contenders. So, you know, and some of those girls are my teammates on my actual regular team. So
Anyway,
a little friendly rivalry is always a good thing.
yes, 100%. So what's it like being Phoebe Schecter on the team? You know, because let's just say we're not going to compare ourselves to Phoebe Schecter, but we'll go into our team and we'll get stick. You know, because we play for our local team and we'll go in and they'll be like, "Oh, there's Talkin Balls," and all that.
Yeah,
And you'll go into
yeah.
down the games and they'll be like, "There's Talkin Balls." So what's it like being Phoebe Schecter going and playing for teams? Everybody just sound.
You know what? To
What
be
way to
fun,
work?
to be totally honest, when it comes to flag, they treat me exactly the same. They don't really give me a hard time. Now tackle, on the other hand, when I play for GB in contact, those girls love to embarrass me. They're they're the worst, and I'll call them all out. All like Yaz and V and all those girls will literally be walking around the airport and be like, Phoebe Schecter, she has a blue tick. You should meet her. Strangers everywhere we go. I'm mortified all the time with them. So it's nice. The flag girls are easy on me.
So it's always good crack anyway. It's just a wee bit of banter, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what you need. Banter with your teammates. That's what you
Oh,
want.
100%. 100%.
So you said there, Spain's going to is the number one contender. Is that correct? Or yeah?
Yeah. So Austria used to have a quarterback called Saskia who played for them for years and years and years, and really they were really up there. They competed out at the World Games. They ended up coming fourth at the World Games. Just an incredible team, really well drilled. 7 yards every single play, which, when you're on a technically 50-yard field, not including end zones, those 7 yards make a really big difference. So They were brilliant at that. And now when it comes to Spain, they've had a setup for ages. And a lot of their players now that are in the women's and the men's program, they came up through the youth program. And so that player pathway is really shining. So a couple of the girls who are actually playing on the women's team were, I think, only 16 when they played in their first ever championships, world or Europeans. So, to have all those years of experience and, just great athletes. A lot of them, again, play on mixed teams back in Spain. So, I mean, you'll definitely see Olga is one of my and she also stood out massively in the Spain versus Finland contact game that they had. She was probably one of the most dangerous receivers on there. So I also love to see contact girls, flag girls, same with men's, right? You play tackle, you play flag, and there's so much crossover. And I think that's kind of going to be the way of the future where you play both disciplines of the sport because they're both going to make you better.
Yeah.
You said there you're playing some of your friends as well. Do you think there's going to be a bit of smack talk on the pitch or anything to look forward to?
I wish that I could smack talk, okay, Rob? I am so useless. I just love football so much and I just laugh and joke around too much. I wish I could smack talk. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's been once or twice in my life that I've been annoyed by something.
Yeah.
But no, it's more so, it's that one-on-one competition. And I know a couple of them already reached out hey, we're going against each other. This is our first time that we get to really test ourselves because we're usually on the same side of the ball. So now we actually get to see what it's like to play one another. And I'm pretty excited for that.
Cool.
It's a healthy competition.
To be fair, I enjoy playing the Razorbacks when we play them because we know all them quite well. And I like a bit of smack talk, if we're honest, when I'm playing.
Yeah,
so
it has to be done.
Has to be done.
Exactly. So are you guys excited for the competition?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. We are indeed. We can't wait. Can't wait to go down. See what happens. Hopefully our teams do very good.
Yeah.
This is the first time Ireland's actually had a women's team, so it's gonna be good to see. It's gonna be good to see.
And have
Can't
you
wait to see how they do.
been following their progress and how it's all been going with them? I mean, have you been able to come to any of their practices? I don't know where their joint practices are.
They're all down south at the minute, so we haven't been able to go down and see how they are. So if you're fishing for information, we don't have any.
Scouting.
Definitely no, we don't have any information on them. We know they are all good. There's some that play on because we don't have a female kidded team. Some of them play on the kidded men's team.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So and there's not actually a female flag league over here either, so they all play with the men as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
It's all
awesome.
good. They should be good.
The weekend's
It'll
going to
be
be fun anyway. I mean, I know next to nothing about flags, so it's going to be a learning experience if it's anything especially with us
Good.
three idiots
I
heading down.
think it's important for to see all the different formats of the sport, all the different shapes and sizes it takes to play, and skill sets that you need, especially in flag football. I I think I think you'll enjoy yourself. I hope that you'll enjoy yourself because you'll see some great catches, some crazy flag pulls. Like you still get all the excitement that you get from a tackle game. It's quicker. You get. I think we all play 3 games a day, so it's just a lot more explosive.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it anyway. You were saying there, Phoebe, that there's a lot of I would say camaraderie on the field with you playing against your teammates on different teams. Is there anything that you do off the field to sort of build that sort of team bond? And do you plan on doing anything when you're down in Ireland?
Yeah, I mean, so we've gotten our schedule for Ireland. So a few of the girls are already there. A couple of us obviously will get there tomorrow morning. We all have to be checked in by 2. We do have some kind of like team building slots built in, which are always good fun. Whether it's doing like fun facts or playing games or scavenger hunts, whatever it is, there's always like a really great way to, bond and learn about each other. And then the rest of the time, because we're quite a small squad, you only travel with 12. The rest of the time, we're all pretty close. Like after practices, we always go and get a meal together because we usually do a 2-day camp. So, after the first day, we all a lot of times stay at the same hotel. We go get a meal together, or we go bowling, or we find some sort of activity because I think it's really important to see each other in all the different lights to better understand who they are and why they operate. I love that side of things, because who you are in the field ultimately for me is exactly the true version of yourself. So if I can kind of put that piece of the puzzle together, like I really enjoy that.
We see Ireland's known for like our lovely landscapes and all that carry on. So we'll be going anywhere nice in Ireland? Visiting anywhere in mind?
Anywhere in mind? Well, I'm actually coming back up to Dublin on the Sunday night. And I'll be doing an event on the Monday night at, is it Buskers on the Bull in Temple Bar?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
So I'll be there, and then I'll actually be coming back the following weekend for the college game. So yes, Notre Dame versus Navy. So I'm really excited for that, which will be my first time seeing a college game over here. So yeah,
will you be going to the GET tournament as well before that?
I'm going to try because that's the NFL Academy game on the Friday.
Yes, NFL Academy plays. Is it Boner and Prendy?
Boner and Prendy, yeah. Or Prendy and Bonner, I can't remember.
Do you know what time it is?
I think it's a 2.
2.
Yeah.
There's 3 games, is there not in total?
Yeah, there's 3 games in total, but I think
Awesome.
So NFL Ireland play Boner and Prendy. Irish Wolfhounds play Naples, and I think there's Seton or something. I think their name is. I can't remember. But yeah, there's 3 games. Because we had the founder on last week, Patrick Steinberg, and the coach of Steinberg. Sorry, I got that wrong last week too. And then we had Boner and Prendy coach on. So yeah, they're looking forward to it. That's we were talking about. It's an unknown for him to play the NFL Academy because you can't really coach or you can't really scout a team like that sort of thing.
No, and with a new head coach, so it's not even like you've got years of Tony Allen and his coaches. You've got brand new scheme coming in. I think it'll be a really good game. No, I'm going to definitely try and get to that depending on what time I fly in on the Friday. But I'd love to. I'm like, heck, as much football as possible. And if I get to see, and you guys will be there, right? So.
Well, we'll not be at the game, no.
Come on, more football.
Because the tickets were lottery involved, we didn't get any tickets because they're all lottery. So you can't even buy them.
Know that.
So in order to get a ticket, you had to be picked in a lottery. So
like getting a green card in the States, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it's mine. Yeah. So, always, Ireland's known for our landscapes, but we're also known for our partake in a nice wee beverage, Phoebe, every now and again. So, will you be partaking in some
water,
some
water.
Guinness or Guinea?
Guinea.
Yeah, when you're over.
I mean, perhaps. I'm not a massive drinker. I'm so touristy. I've been to the Guinness factory before once.
Yeah.
The view from the top is amazing. So that was really cool. I mean, maybe I will have a cheeky mini like half pint of Guinness. Is that allowed? Is that even a thing?
I don't think
We
sell
only do
half
full
pints
pints.
over here. We don't
It's only
do
full
half pints
pints.
over here.
Only full pint. It only works for the aeration of the Guinness, all that.
Yeah.
Well, it is the thing, as long as you have two of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
And
perfect.
put it in the same glass.
Yeah, I've gone from one or half of one to now having two. So.
Changing subject a bit. Obviously, you're a presenter with Sky, and we're just curious. Do you have any go-to game day snacks? So, are you a classic wings and beer kind of person, or do you have any secret guilty pleasures while you're watching a game?
Ooh, snacks are really my thing. I love eating.
I think I seen a video of you once during when you were on Sky, and it showed you just with a big massive bag of crisps. Well, yes, let's go.
Exactly. I was like, I gotta get mouthful in first before I get excited as well. So, I love snacks. I mean, when we're at work, we're a bit more limited to whatever food there is on site from the cafeteria, but there's always like crisps and tons of coffee and all that good stuff. But if I could have like the perfect kind of, I guess, if I'm at home, I'm with friends or whatever, like anything Mexican food, I love anything with like all the yumminess of cheese and flavor and quesadillas and all that. Nachos, like how can you ever go wrong with nachos? Sour cream, guacamole, jalapenos, let's go.
Yep. Oh, sounds great.
What about you guys?
We're, as you can probably see from our size, we like food and beer.
Yeah.
So wings, beer, ribs,
Doritos,
nachos.
Love Doritos.
Everything.
Just generally good, healthy lineman
Yeah.
food,
Ribs,
Lineman food, yeah.
steak.
That sounds
Just
delicious.
just 3 decent Kelties right here, like.
It's so you can fuel yourself. That's all. You just need to.
That's
stay
it.
awake.
See, because I'm a lineman coach over here, so
Try it.
that's what I always tell the guys. I always say, like, make sure you're doing your exercises, but also going to KFC.
That's part of
Keep
the
that weight up.
Yeah, just to keep that weight up. You don't want to lose any weight. You want to build muscle and stay heavy.
Yeah, and stay healthy. Perfect. They're like, got it, coach.
That's it. And
That's
they seem to be receptive to it. They seem to love that sort of thing. So happy days.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a good diet.
Well, that's what matters. If you're having a great time and you're pushing people around, you're fine.
Yep. 100%.
Who cares how cuddly you are, Rob? We love you the way you are.
Exactly.
So, I like how it's just turned on me, Mark, like you're Mr. Slim in the corner.
Well, yeah, I try. That's why I've got the hat on to make me look slimming,
It's working. It's working. So it is. Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got the Jets top on today and all that sort of stuff, Keep
That's
it
it.
right.
Big day for the Jets.
Yes, big day, yeah.
It's a big day for the Jets, yeah.
It is Dalvin Cook. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm so excited.
Enough about the New York Jets now. I can get
So
back
much
to them.
Super Bowl mention is going to be for the next couple of weeks with this man, Neil.
I know.
Finally our year, and I'm in New York for the Super Bowl too to watch it.
Are ya?
See,
Yeah,
we've
so I'm
started
hoping-
him now. He's not going to shut up.
I'm hoping it's going to be New York's going to be there, and then I get to watch it at MetLife. They put on a big screen or something.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Vegas would be too mental.
Yeah, Vegas, I feel like people may not make it out of Vegas. That's all
Yes,
I'm saying.
exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to New York and in the hope that they make it.
That's a safer bet, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because when they announced it was going to be in Vegas, I know they've got the F1. Is it in October or November? They've got the F1 in Vegas. That will be the first taste of madness.
Okay.
I know. And then
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. Have you seen that building in Vegas? The one that's all LED screens. That's a big sphere.
Yes, and it looks like there's a moon and all there. That looks awesome.
Yes. That looks
a
insane.
moon
I
in
just
the
want
middle of
to see
Vegas.
that in real life.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so cool. Like it looks. I think I've one in Dubai as well, don't they?
I think so. Yeah.
But no, it looks amazing.
I've
Yeah.
actually never seen it, so I don't know what we're talking about, to be honest.
Oh, you have to look it up. Honestly, Rob,
It's
it's
a big
amazing.
sphere where like it's basically you can put anything on the outside of it.
Yeah.
So they can make it look like a moon. They can make it look like a football. They can make it look like wherever, anything.
It's done like
Let's
blinking
go.
eyeballs and stuff.
Yep, yeah, like an eyeball and all. It looks
Horrible.
class.
Things
Yeah,
to Google.
How quickly we can spiral off topic, you know.
I know it's great. I love it.
Brilliant.
I love it. Yeah.
Phoebe, just to circle back now, for the viewers that maybe don't know you too well, could you give us just a quick, brief history on who Phoebe Schecter is?
Yes, I will try my best to be brief. So basically, there's a bunch of things. I wear a lot of hats, but essentially through moving to the UK almost 11 years ago now, which is madness, I moved for horses originally, and then I got involved in football by playing, even though I'd never played before or watched a sport. And because I've got dual citizenship, I've been able to play for Great Britain for, like 10 years now. So I played for Great Britain in tackle and in flag. I also kind of thought I couldn't play forever, so I was going to get into coaching. Ended up coaching out in the States, so coached at Div 1 University, and then ended up getting with the Buffalo Bills. Coached DBs my first year, and then my second year I was with tight ends. Pretty much at the new Sean McDermott, Josh Allen, Dawson Knox era, like all three kind of stages throughout that. After that, I came back. I went and coached out in Germany with the GFL 1. And then basically now, in my off season, whatever that looks like, I work with NFL Flag as their international manager. So basically just trying to get people playing sports. So like one of the global flag ambassadors, and I am now a pundit / NFL analyst for Sky Sports. So not quick at all.
I know, it's just all from coming over to Britain. You're in America with all this sport going on, and you come over to England, and you're like, you know what, I like American stuff, right?
You know what? It's true though, because it's crazy that I feel like I had to come here to end up doing all this stuff. But actually, the biggest difference between leaving the States and coming to the UK is the change in myself and the way that I saw the world differently, and I was able, and now I chase challenges. I push myself out of my comfort zone, whereas before, I was just kind of coasting along. I had to find jobs, everything was okay, but it wasn't until I moved here that I actually was like, hey, I need to sort myself out, and just started taking risks because I wasn't afraid to fail. And now it's mad to think that one decision has completely changed the trajectory of my life. Like, I don't know what would have happened if I never decided to move over here, or it's just, but that's the power of, I think, taking opportunities, and also again putting yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm sure you guys have experienced that. Gosh, starting a podcast is not easy. You've had to all be uncomfortable and do all these things.
100%.
But look at the crazy people you talk to, that's such a wild opportunity.
Neil's not a fan of live interviews because he likes to know the questions before they start.
Yeah, I like to sort of have a plan involved with them. Whenever you go and somebody's like, "Oh, let's interview these," I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what to say here." Sort of thing. I need to have a plan of attack, sort of thing.
Yeah, which is good. That's a good thing.
But you're non-stop, Phoebe. Like, do you ever stop? Like, you're constantly seems like you're doing something.
Yeah, it's definitely, it doesn't feel like I've stopped. I did, to be fair, go away for like 2.5 days to Greece just to kind of, so that was my little...
Whatever did they do without you?
For 2.5 days. I still answered all my emails and was on phone calls at night, don't worry.
No way.
But the view was beautiful, and conveniently, I had... when you're doing way too much, and I knew I was doing way too much, I actually left my phone in Canada. So I'd come from an event in Edmonton, left my phone in the hotel room in Canada. So I didn't actually even have my phone. So it was really quite nice for a couple days.
For just a couple of days, yes. Take a weekend off in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But I get so energized from, talking to people like yourself, and, working with all the people within flag or tackle, whatever it is, like, that makes me feel good. So
yeah.
Out of all those things, what's your most memorable experience?
Ooh, in terms of like recently, or in my whole kind of football career?
everything. Obviously, playing for GB, coaching people like you said, Josh Allen. Just anything you've done. What's the most memorable?
Wow. So I mean, it's kind of hard because I feel like I've lived like 3 different lives in the past 10 years. So
Yeah.
I guess I would, if you're okay, I'll break it down into my playing career, my coaching career, and then my new pundit career. Is that okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. So for playing, it was actually when I was with Great Britain and we were in the European Championships back in Granada, Spain, I think in 2016, I want to say. And this was really our first time, I think maybe our second game playing 11-a-side, because in the UK, we play, as women back then, we're playing 5-a-side tackle football, which is not really a thing. You have one good player and they're gone. So we got to the finals. I mean, we got battered by Finland in the finals. They beat us like 50 something. But the fact that we had gotten there, we were so proud of ourselves. We'd beaten Germany, who were the total powerhouse at the time. But like just being with that team and working with people that have so much heart, that was probably just the feeling of that. And all the teams celebrated with us because they were so excited for us to get that far. I think that was one of the most special moments from playing. From a coaching perspective, I would say really it was our first win when I was a coach with them. So I don't know if you guys remember the game where Josh Allen, we were playing at the Vikings, like at home at the Vikings, and Josh Allen hurdled one of the Vikings players. It's like a fake photo of him doing it.
Yeah.
So we were at that game, and I just remember one of our game plans was to literally get the Vikings fan to leave by halftime. And I remember looking up and seeing like just waves of purple leaving the stadium. And then you go into, it was our first win, and then you go into the locker room afterwards, and there's just no way to describe or bottle up that feeling of like, it was like ecstasy. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's so excited. Obviously Josh had this crazy hurdle of a quarterback. Like many people hadn't seen that before. There was just so many crazy things that came together, and like that feeling is so special. And then I guess the last one would have been last year as a NFL analyst. I was literally field side for the entire Super Bowl covering the Eagles Chiefs. I mean,
that would be amazing.
That was wild. Like, I still can't even believe it. I was in the NFL office in London yesterday, and they have a big picture of, they always have like the Super Bowl photos, and I was like, I can actually find myself in this photo, and it's just crazy to think like, you want me to be there and talk about football, like you actually want to hear that.
Yeah, amazing.
Every time you come on TV, Neil was like, I interviewed her.
Yeah, he even paused the TV and like sent me a video and was like, I know her.
You guys are so cute. Thank you so much. I still feel that way about myself. I'm like, that's me? Are you sure?
But you're a football guru, Phoebe. But tell us, who is your favorite player in the NFL at the minute?
Ooh. Well, he doesn't play anymore, if that's okay. But like, just as my favorite player was Charles Clay. He used to be the tight end. Was great in Miami. A lot of people probably remember him. He was such a beautiful route runner. Like the top of his routes were wild. But then like you get to know him, and he's so lovely. He's just probably one of the nicest, most down-to-earth, humble human beings. I'd say he's probably like my favorite player just in terms of knowing him. Like, but I mean, if you're looking at athletes out there today, I mean, gosh, like not just Josh Allen, like you look at Mahomes, you look at the receiving core that are coming up. Like these guys are different levels of kind of like freaks of nature in terms of their skill sets. And
100%.
They continue to amaze us every day. And I always remember being in practice one time, watching these guys. I'm like, we are so spoiled that we think that this is normal. Like these guys flipping through the air, catching one-handed catches. Like it's not normal. They're just so incredible.
Not a problem.
And I'm just going to go on about a wee bit of New York Jets just for 2 seconds, and
I do
here
love
we
I
go.
told you we weren't going to get him to
the
stop.
AFC
Oh,
East
no.
in general. I would just like to ask you, because you've worked with Sean McDermott, and this might be a bit of a mad question for you.
Yeah.
Would Sean McDermott now be the worst coach in the AFC East?
No, because you're still looking at Miami haven't really done anything. If you're looking at legacy, it's hard to say that about Patriots because obviously Belichick, but
Yeah, you
I
can't
mean,
knock
can't
Belichick
think-
as much as I
no,
hate him.
but then what have Miami done? I mean, it's not
They're
the
they're getting better with Mike McDaniel. Then you've got the Jets with Robert Saleh. So you know what I mean? It might be just Jets, Miami, Patriots, Bills.
Is that how it works? Is that how it
I
works?
think so. Yeah, I think so.
So
I
it
think-
works in his mind anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think you need to see consistency. Can a coach do it year after year after year and continue
Yeah.
to build? And so I'm excited for Robert Saleh. I do really like him. I think he has a really nice way with the players. He's obviously schematically driven, but like, how are you gonna? I would love to see. I know they're doing Hard Knocks, but like, how do you as a head coach manage a massive personality like Aaron Rodgers? Or does he make it really easy for you? Because that's tough. Imagine if I said to you, okay, Neil, you got Aaron Rodgers now, go for it. What if he does something you don't like? How do you manage that?
At our standard, he can do it.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. When it comes to my team over here, you can do whatever he wants. Yeah, you do whatever you want, buddy. Yep.
Are we winning? Great.
Yes, wait. You do you, boo. But no, I don't know. Like Robert Saleh's all gas, no brakes, as he says. I just love him. He's just so much energy. Mike McDaniel's he doesn't look like a head coach.
No,
He's just one of those
quirky,
guys. Yeah, so it's just one of those guys. You're just like, how did you get here?
But
It's
there's
just weird,
so
and
many-
then but he seems to know what he's talking about. But he also seems a wee bit different.
Yeah, I mean,
You
he's
know what I mean?
quirky. He's a football nerd. And a lot of these coaches are football nerds, but it's just, can you be a football nerd and relate to your players? Because you still have to be able to understand them and deliver information and be a teacher. And at what point do you get too quirky that actually people can't relate to you? Now, the players seem to say really nice things about him and seem to say that that's not the case, but it's just always something to look out for.
Well, that's it, yeah. I just can't wait for the season to start because I know we're going to win a Super Bowl. It's weird.
I know. I can't wait for you to be watching from New York.
He did this all year last year until the end of the season. He sort of went, maybe next year.
Well, I thought Zach Wilson was the man, and then it turned out he wasn't the man. Then I thought Mike White was the man, and it turned out he wasn't the man.
No
And
way.
then, yeah.
To be fair, he's got better chances this year than he did last year. So
I think
Well,
I'll be all right, yeah.
you'll definitely get
Teams are much
further
better.
this year, mate.
I think we'll
Well-
definitely get the playoff, like.
What is projected? 12-5, is it? Does I sing? Or that's what they're projecting
Yeah.
for them? Something like that.
What, 17-0?
17-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just shoot for the stars,
Yeah, you know what I mean. If we're going to shoot for something, we'll shoot for the stars. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go hard or go home.
I love it.
Right.
We'll
Is that
be
you done with
every
the New
game
York
day.
Jets?
Yes, sorry, Mark. I know you've got
You done
questions.
it, yeah?
Yeah,
I do
apologize.
I work with the Jets from a girls and flag perspective, and I do love their community team, and they're so generous and wonderful. So at least you've got good people within the organization.
Yes, 100%. Yes. I don't just support the Jets because I had a bad green jersey when I was in New York for St. Patrick's Day.
That was not it.
The
And you're like,
story.
I'm Irish. You didn't get one of the shirts, Kiss Me, I'm Irish.
Yeah, that's it. I had to get a green shirt. That was it. There was only Tim Tebow jersey, and that's all I could get find. So that's why I'm a Jets man.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, America loves St. Patrick's Day. It's so big over there.
I know, you used to do it better than us.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even do very much for it. Like,
I can't remember the last time I wasn't working on St. Patrick's Day, put it that way. Like,
Oh no. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the America do kind of go overboard on every and any holiday though too.
if you dye rivers, like Chicago dyes rivers and everything.
Yeah. It's massive. They literally dye it green.
Yeah. And I would go to New York for St. Patty's Day rather than go out here because we don't do anything.
You should go to Boston. Boston for St. Patrick's Day is crazy.
The only thing wrong with Boston is full of Patriots fans.
It is also true, but it just depends on what kind of experience you want.
That's it. So I like to run about in my green Jets jersey without people shouting at me.
Perfect. But then you'll speak and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, is that your real accent?"
All right, you're all right then.
Yeah, precisely. Like he doesn't know.
Hey, Marc sitting there. I want to ask my question. Hurry up.
No, I'm just trying to decipher what you're saying, mate.
You can't hear what I'm saying?
That's just that lovely accent you have.
Well, thanks very much. I apologize for my accent.
Phoebe, do we reckon that this is long-term Phoebe Schecter then? Being coaching and teaching in GB? Or do you reckon you might make a wee jump back across the water and maybe do something with the Bills again? Or another team?
Man, it's hard because I've always in the back said, hey, I want to be back with a team. I want to get back coaching, developing. Like I'd love to get back out to a training camp, anything like that. I think that development piece is really important, and just interacting at that kind of elite level is something I really miss. But ideally I'm not playing forever. That has to end sometime soon. So figuring out what that kind of legacy piece is, for the next generations and what opportunities we can build. But I do love working with my Sky Sports team, with Jason and Neil. It's so much fun, and it's fulfilling a lot of that team that I was missing from not being in Buffalo, because you get to actually work together, and you guys will experience that, right? You all kind of piggyback off each other, and you have a really great vibe together. That's what we're just trying to create too, and I think it's been so nice for me, at least, to have that kind of team camaraderie again.
That's it. Well, we're going to talk, Phoebe, a bit more about the Irish game.
Yeah.
About your knowledge of the Irish game. Do you know anything about the Irish game over here?
Minimal. I have been to Greyhounds practice before.
Wolfhounds.
Wolfhounds. There we go. That's how little I know. It would have been like 7 years ago, maybe.
A greyhound's not as scary as a wolfhound, Phoebe.
You're right. I'm sorry, wolfhounds.
Yep. So have you heard of any teams, anything like that?
Wolfhounds? Educate me.
Well, Phoebe, I have a game for you now, so I do.
Oh no.
And it's a really, really cool name. It's called Guess the Team via the Logo.
Okay, the Rhinos.
It took me days to think of this name.
At least you shortened it this week. It was a wee bit longer last week.
I thought it was the same.
No.
So we'll start off easy, Phoebe, and we'll go see who you think this is.
The Rhinos? That's a rhino,
yes.
isn't it?
That is the West Dublin Rhinos.
West Dublin Rhinos. Okay, so I won't be far from them when I'm in Dublin, right?
No, there's so many teams in Dublin, though.
Are there? 4. How many teams are there in Dublin?
There's more than 4, is there not?
No, you're right. Yeah, UCD, Rebels, North Dublin, West Dublin, South Dublin.
We're doing a.
I'm not naming the actual team. I'm naming the place they're from.
No,
different, isn't it?
Rebels is not a place.
Damn it.
See what happens when you try to sound smart, Rob?
I know.
I wasn't trying to sort. The question was asked. All I did was answer it.
I appreciate you.
Next one.
Someone has to. Yeah.
The Pirates?
Yes. They are the North Dublin Pirates.
North Dublin Pirates. Okay.
So we had the West Dublin Rhinos, and now the North Dublin Pirates.
Okay, terrific.
Next one.
Oh. Well, that's the chess piece. Does that have anything to do with the chess piece?
What chess piece is it?
What type of chess piece is it?
The knights. The horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the Belfast Knights.
The Belfast Knights.
So that's
cool.
a team from the north of Ireland.
Excellent.
They were black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Yeah. Right, let's guess what this one. Yeah, let's guess what this one is. Yeah.
Rebels,
God.
rebels.
So they are just the Dublin Rebels.
Okay. Nothing to see here, Rob. Don't even look.
Fine. Never happened.
Never happened. I would have guessed that anyways, obviously.
The guys last week had a hard time with this one.
So it's not the Bulls if it's a hard time.
No.
Mm,
They actually, whenever I told them the name, they said they had to change their logo.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Do I get a hint? It's not like some sort of Spanish relation here.
Perhaps.
Toros,
Why are they called this?
Taurus, something.
They did say toros last week, and they said bulls. But they are the Mavericks.
That's nothing to do with being a Maverick.
That's what they said last week too. They were like, they need to change their logo. I don't know what we're talking about, Mavericks.
Why do they have that if they're a Maverick?
I don't know, but they do great
I
kebab
searched that
pizza.
up, and it was something to do with a cow herder. I can't remember his name, but it was something Maverick, and they were known as Maverick cows. So obviously cows, bulls.
So they're the Louth Mavericks.
The light. Okay.
Just to reiterate, fantastic kebab pizza, Neil. I agree.
Yes, yeah, they do.
Yeah, we
I
got
did hear that. Yeah, that sounds
Do you
good.
know what a kebab is, Phoebe?
Yeah.
It's like they're not even a pizza. It's a pizza base with mayo and lettuce and kebab meat.
Yeah. So the
it's
pizza
kind of
base.
like-
Go ahead, sorry.
So it's kind of like a massive pita, but it's a pizza base.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you rolled it up, it would be a kebab.
I was going to
basically.
say, yeah. Can
Yeah.
you roll it up? Is that
You
like
could,
inappropriate?
Yeah,
It
no.
goes really well when you've had a couple of them half pints.
Exactly. You need at least a half pint of Guinness for that.
I'm going to send you guys a picture if I find a half pint.
Yeah. It'll be a baby Guinness. You could buy a baby Guinness. That's a
I
shot.
do like a baby Guinness. Yeah,
Oh,
I do like that.
next one. This is really easy. Well, I thought it was easy, but the boys didn't get it straight away.
It's either going to have something to do with like Dallas and the Texans or like just the Stars.
They called it the Stars last week,
They did.
but it should be ridiculously easy because it's a very copycat of a team in America.
As I said, it should be like like Dallas, the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
See? I said
The
it.
Craigavon Cowboys.
There. Where is that?
It is in Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Okay.
Yes. At the bottom of Loch Ness, isn't it?
No idea, to be honest with you.
These
Zero
boys know
confirmation.
nothing about geography.
It's just off the motorway, mate.
Says the man that just asked the question.
Yeah. Just down the street, Phoebe.
Not that far away from us.
Next one.
The Gladiators.
No.
But I don't want to call. They're not the Knights. What else would look like that?
Some people would say Spartans.
Oh yeah.
There's a massive argument.
Huh.
But
Yeah,
it's
that
not
probably
Spartans.
would look more like a Spartan over a gladiator.
Yeah.
But it's neither of those.
But it is Crusaders.
I'm feeling
See,
miserable.
there's a lot of argument about this. I put up a picture, and I think Mark actually gave me a pile of shite over this.
Because
I
you put
had-
up a picture of Spartans.
Yes, because apparently Spartans have spears and Crusaders have swords.
Okay, so that's the difference.
Different
huh?
type
that is
sword as well.
apparently
If you
the-
really want to get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get into it? Go get into it. There you.
No, I'm saying it's a different type of sword if you really wanted to get into it.
Listen, he's
Right.
watched 300 more than once, okay?
Yeah.
It's fine.
There was no Crusaders in it.
Perfect.
There's Spartan. Next one.
The boars, the wild boars.
Sure.
Hogs?
See, well, they got their nicknames the Hogs. Is it a
Boar
real?
hog.
Is it a real animal?
It is a real animal, yeah.
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 And the nickname's the hog.
Their nicknames the Hogs. So it is a type of pig.
Oh my gosh. And it's not like a wild boar. I don't know any of the types of pigs, do I?
They are the Razorbacks.
Razorbacks. There's a team in Germany
Belfast.
called the Razorbacks?
Yes, actually, one of their players went over to play for them in Germany.
Yeah.
There you go.
He went over this year to play for them. So he went from the
Very
Razorbacks
cool.
to the Razorbacks.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Next one.
The Centurion, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, but not.
It's not Centaur. It's not anything
No.
like that.
It is another mythical creature, though. If that
It is
helps.
another mythical creature, but not a centaur. It ends in tor.
Minotaur?
Nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah!
Minotaur.
Let's go!
Where's the Minotaurs from?
Oh no, you put me in the spot.
Westmeath, isn't it?
Westmeath.
Westmeath. They're from
Yeah.
Westmeath. So they are. That is just above Dublin to the left.
Okay,
Possibly.
so there's quite a few teams around Dublin.
Yeah, everybody's around Dublin. It's mustard. And not last but not least, the best team in Ireland.
Which is obviously going to be yours that I don't know the name. It's not like the Avengers.
Yes, close.
What is it?
There's an A and a J in there, if you can see it.
Yes, I can.
You can see the A and
I
then the
can't see
J. And
Has
then
some wings.
those sort of look like a pilot's wings.
Aviators.
I've used the J as a hint. Take
Yeah.
away the A.
What does a pilot fly? Begins with J.
We've talked about them loads tonight.
I know we have, which is why it's killing me. I'm going to say like the jets, the air jets, the
The Antrim Jets, the
Oh
best
my
team
God.
in Ireland.
Woo!
So if you're going to support a team, Phoebe, I think I would recommend the Jets.
The AJE.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sorted.
So now you're up to speed now on
am.
everything.
I needed that
Irish.
ahead of going to Ireland in a couple hours.
I probably should have put all the flag teams on instead. Now thinking about it,
All the
Because then
flag
whenever you
team
go to
flags
the
are
girls,
hard.
you go, you play for that team. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do something next week, mate.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's always
That's
next
it.
week.
There's more. There's the flag team like emblems they're difficult. Like they're not as easy.
Yeah.
There's harder. There's dragons and there's
There's
What's
Gators. There's a new team. There's the Eagles. Oh, there's Wolf or the Wolf. No, what do you call them? The Wolves or something like that. I don't know. There's so many.
Yeah.
the wolves. Yep. But so Phoebe, how do you think these are going to fare against in this tournament anyway? Do you think you will win it?
I mean, that's always going to be the ultimate goal, right? But I mean, there's so much talent out there. I think what's really important for us is to make sure, like, at least for our team, that we can control what we control, right? So making sure that every game we're going in it, you can't really be like a second half team. You have to, especially in flag, you pretty much have to score every drive. So just making sure that we're ready and, the defense knows their scheme. We're doing enough self-scout and scouting of the other teams. I hope that we make it to the final. That is definitely the goal. But, some of these girls, I've not seen them play before, or at least not seen them play in their team. So we're excited, but we're going to just do everything to the best of our ability. And unfortunately, we did lose our number one receiver. She's done her ACL. So that challenges us slightly, but we will do our best.
Owen, if you're watching, do you hear that? Tell the girls.
I know. Tell them all. Tell them all.
Yeah, tell them all. They've lost a wide receiver.
I know. It's terrible. But that's okay. We'll do our best.
Three games a day is going to be demanding. Like I struggle to do 2 a day, to be honest with you, when I'm playing flag. So 3 games a day will be hard.
They're just a wee bit
It
fitter,
is.
I would say, Robert.
Oh, well, true.
Just a
Recovery
wee
is key,
bit.
though.
Are you coaching Phoebe as well, or are you just playing?
Just playing. So I'll be coaching in the Youth European Championships, which is in 2 weeks in Italy. So yes, it's a busy couple weeks, like literally the weekend right before the season starts. So focus for the next few weeks.
busy, just before the NFL starts.
I know. Not much of a break, but it's a good thing.
Will you be going over to any games?
Say that again.
Will you be going over to any games?
I hope so. We're still trying to working out all of those, what happens there. We do the Super Bowl, we do the draft. So that's exciting. Obviously, we've got the 2 Germany games and the 3 London games. So we'll definitely have our hands full, that's for sure. How about you guys? Will you make it to any? Besides the Jets?
Well, I will not be. I hopefully I'll be making it to watch on the TV in MetLife in New York. But no, we missed out on all the tickets in UK as well. And
2 years in a
Germany.
row.
Yeah,
2 years in a row we've missed them.
missed out.
No way.
Yeah, it was snapped up in a couple of seconds.
Yep, literally, you hit the button straight away, and it was like, oh, you're 600,000th in the queue.
Oh my gosh.
The
That's
last
just
game
shows how popular it is.
Last game we got to see was Jets v the Falcons in 2021, wasn't it?
Right, 2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago in London.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I went over to the Jets to see them a couple of times in New York. I went over to see them in San Francisco as well, and left at halftime in San Francisco because they were getting beat. Bryce Petty was the quarterback at the time, and we were getting beat 23-3.
Yeah.
And I left at halftime, and we won in overtime.
That's why you can never leave.
Yep. Yep.
Think about the Brady
like-
Super Bowl. You
I know.
can't
I know. I was like,
Those-
and the wife and all was like, "You are an absolute idiot." So yeah, I was like, "No, I can't watch this. No, I've been flipping 23-3 all the way over here to pay that there to watch this."
Yeah. Oh my
You're
gosh.
not a proper fan, then. You need to stay. You need to watch
Well,
it
you know,
all.
I was that day. I was picking a new team, and 49ers were looking pretty sweet.
There. Not a bad decision.
That's it. So, what about your fantasy, Phoebe? Have you picked your teams yet? Have you done your draft?
That's on my list. I've been a bad fantasy participant.
Right.
This is only going to be my second year playing, so I've got to. They're doing the draft. They're getting annoyed. I know I've got the 6th draft pick, so that's what I have to do.
We know you know already, do you?
We don't even know yet, do we?
I could probably check, to be honest. Like, I don't.
I know I've got you
Do you know
first
the
week.
commissioner?
I could, yeah, I could check. Yeah, to be honest, we were doing our draft on Tuesday, so we're still see how it goes. Yep, and I've changed my name to Dalvin and the Chipmunks,
Oh, I like it. I like
just
it.
for our new, running back, Dalvin Cook.
Yes,
Good
it
man.
makes sense.
He's gonna.
I'm
win it
gonna have to come up with a better name for my team, like, to be honest with you, because
No, yours is
but-
terrible.
it's terrible.
Robert, I've actually got one for you. That
All right, okay.
you would like. So it's
Oh.
Make America Gronk Again.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
I like
Good.
it. Yeah. But Phoebe,
Good
thank you
man.
very much as always. Love having you on.
See,
hopefully
before you
get you on
wrap up there,
again.
Neil.
What do you say?
See, just before you wrap up, I've just got a message. My dad's obviously watching the show at the minute, and he's just sent me through a question for you.
Uh-oh.
He says, Phoebe, when you coached the Buffalo Bills, what was the biggest lesson that you learned? So that can be individually with a particular player or with the whole team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess probably, there's probably a few lessons I learned, but I guess one of the biggest ones is when you go into an organization, you're trying to do so much. You think you just need to put yourself out there, but like, believe in the process of building trust, because the more quality work that you do, the more quality conversations you have, that actually really builds into like where people naturally rely on you. But I guess also like just understanding for me, the value that I bring or brought to an organization is really important, because there were moments in there where I didn't at first understand what that value was. And I think once you identify what it is, then it doesn't have to be, hey, you're the best at X's and O's. Like there are other intangibles that you can bring to an organization that actually carry so much weight. So thank you, Papa Marc. Love it.
That's it. Well,
Hey, your dad.
shout out to Dad.
Hey, dad.
Hey, Dad. It's weird for me
Hi,
because
Mom.
he's my uncle, so it's weird.
He's not my uncle or dad. Now I'll call him Dad. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Phoebe, thank you very much for coming on, and very good luck coming second in the
Ha.
European Flag Championships, because obviously we want our Wolfhounds to come first.
Obviously.
You
Go
know,
Wolfhounds.
so yeah, it'll be a nice final. That would be a cool final to watch. Yeah,
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to see what Ireland put out there.
yeah, I can't wait to see you. It should
yeah.
be, it should be good.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much for having me, and I will see you in Ireland.
You'll see us, yes, this weekend. We'll probably be at your side of your games, and yeah, if you want to go for half a Guinness, yep, we'll find you one. You know?
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Right. Thank you very much, Phoebe. See you later.
Thanks for coming on, Phoebe.
Thanks very much. See you later.